Here on the town hall this evening, many of you might avoid talking about politics at family events or at work. It can get real messy real quick. Many businesses, including our parent company Tegna, have a policy against employees publicly supporting politicians or parties. It's especially important for us as journalists, but you might have a similar rule at your job. And across the United States, it is against the law for civil servants to use the authority of their job to support a political candidate. Falls under what's called the Hatch Act, passed by Congress many years ago. And now there is a federal complaint against a number of City of Buffalo employees who were campaigning for Mayor Byron Brown. At least that's the allegation. Our partners at Investigative Post have been looking into this new complaint. It includes pictures and videos claiming to show city vehicles and city drivers visiting polling stations last year so that staff could go to the campaign tables that were supporting the mayor. Geoff Kelly joins us live right now. He is an investigative reporter with Investigative Post. Geoff, it's always great to have you on. Read your article earlier. Walk us through what you found out about this complaint, who is accused of violating the law here, and how.
Well, the complaint, which was filed in June, it kind of echoes a complaint that was made to the city's own ethics board back last fall before the election took place. And what is alleged is that city employees, including Buffalo police officers, while on duty, or in the case of cops in uniform, were campaigning for the mayor using city resources like vehicles. And this is a violation, as you pointed out, of the Federal Hatch Act, which prohibits exactly this, both to prevent municipal employees from using the authority of their office to influence elections, but also to protect them from pressure from their bosses or from their bosses' bosses to back a certain candidate over another.
Geoff, I think a lot of people watching this right now are going to wonder, is this just politics as normal, or is this a unique situation? And when I hear Hatch Act, I think about all the instances in national politics where people have been caught just blatantly violating the Hatch Act. And even though they were federal employees, they were campaigning for one candidate or the other. So is this that rare? How serious is it? And why should people be concerned about this? Maybe the average person watching.
Well, it is, I think we all suspect, rather commonplace, which is perhaps why there's a law to prohibit it, and not just a federal law, but state laws and even city policies. And the reason that we should be concerned, we'll look at it from a number of perspectives. From a taxpayer's perspective, well, these are city employees. Presumably they have jobs to do other than campaigning for an elected official on city time, From the point of view of a voter, maybe a voter doesn't feel comfortable having a uniformed officer or a city inspector or somebody else who has authority. Maybe you don't want to be told by someone like that who you ought to be voting for. And from the city employees' perspective, again, they should not feel compelled by their boss or by their boss's boss to campaign, to dedicate their time and even their money to back one candidate over another.
Looking ahead, Geoff, how is this going to play out in terms of how such an investigation will move forward and how people, if they are held accountable, will be held accountable?
Well, a spokesperson for the Federal Office of Special Counsel, they would not confirm that there was an investigation underway, but if you read the article, you'll see why we're pretty sure there is. And nor would they say how long such an investigation may take. If a city employee is found to have violated the Hatch Act, the Office of Special Counsel can tell the city, you must fire that person. And if the city decides, well, no, we're not going to fire that person, then the Office of Special Counsel can say, okay, then we're going to revoke federal funding. We're going to revoke some of your federal funding that the police department gets, that the streets and sanitation department gets. That's the penalty that's on the table.
Geoff, I've only got 30 seconds left, but any reaction from the mayor or the mayor's campaign, as it were?
No, I had no response whatsoever from the mayor's spokesman. They did not respond to texts or emails asking specific questions. They didn't even acknowledge the questions had been asked.
All right, Geoff Kelly, I know you'll continue to look into this. Geoff is a reporter with our partners at Investigative Post. Again, there is a lot to this in terms of, what the allegations are, a lot of images and stuff that's been shared. So make sure to go to investigativepost.org and read that full article. Geoff, always great to see you. Thank you.
My pleasure, Michael. Thank you.